looking at the real deal now. Gonna kick your sorry ass out on the street. What you got? You used to think you owned the street. Well, pack your bags and your ass is dead meat.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lowdown Show right here on the Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast, your Canadian WWE podcast that talks about the WWE NXT and no holds barred on anything we say, pun intended. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at no holds barred WP. You can also follow myself at Real Kyle Masters. You can also follow my co-host at Corporate Cappy on Twitter as well. We're also able to follow on Instagram at no holds barred WP, all one word. If you want to listen to us on the go, you can listen to us on Spreaker, which is a fantastic podcast app. I highly suggest you go download it. You can chat with us live on here. That is available for all Android and Apple devices. You can also listen to us on the go on Stitcher Radio and iTunes. If you want to watch any video versions of the podcast, including 2K content and unboxings and everything like that, that is our YouTube page, youtube.com/NHBWR. Make sure you go hit that subscribe button, that bell icon for all upload updates. I am your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, and every week on the Lowdown Show, I am joined by my co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the blissful boss, Mr. Corbin himself, Cobra Cappy.
Oh, am I now?
Yes, that's you. That's you. That's you.
Oh,
Who?
okay.
Who?
Oh, my God. Holiday edition of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown this week.
Yeah, thank God it wasn't for NXT. There was like no Christmas presents, no nothing for NXT. They literally was right back to work, which was great. Which I wish WWE would do sometimes, but unexpectedly Raw had to fall under Christmas this year, and they made them work it, which sucks for wrestlers. And we all have our opinions on that. But yes, the dreaded holiday week in WWE that we all love to watch, and Raw got the worst of it this week, I think. God, that was just unwatchable. I was tuning in and out too because there are a lot of Christmas movies on TV, and I love my Christmas movies, so I'd rather watch that than a crappy episode of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I was up north this weekend with not a lot of TV access, so I clearly didn't watch either show. I watched the highlights and I said, "Yep, glad I didn't look at that."
It was horrible. Monday Night Raw this week was absolute trash.
SmackDown was all right.
Yeah, it was. SmackDown, it
really
got the pass.
But
It did again. And I said to Cappy this week, SmackDown has had its moments the last couple of weeks with the booking and just a lot of stuff that's been booked improperly, and then it feels more organized. And especially this week, the whole show felt more organized than anything else. Raw was just all over the place, clusterfuck, and just I don't know what the hell that was.
the dreaded 34th on Street, whatever the fuck it was called.
Miracle on 34th Street fight, but I guess the Shaft had to go to the 205 guys this year, which sucks.
Yeah,
usually it goes
there's no
like
Golden
teams.
Truth and the Shining Stars, but they're not around anymore.
And it was a tag team match this year, again, but it had to do the 205 Live guys. But guys, welcome to the Lowdown Show. You guys don't know what the Lowdown Show is. We review NXT every single week. We used to review Raw and SmackDown, but of course, for obvious reasons, we do not anymore. We do not. Maybe we'll come back one day. We'll see. I don't know. We're sticking to NXT, the A show, the real A show, which I tweeted out today. There was a hashtag today on Twitter, Cappy, that it was hashtag give it a slogan. So I put NXT, the real A show, and I hashtagged to give it a slogan.
The real A show.
Yes. And over in the chat, we got Glorious Greg, our newly crowned 2017 NHBWP Fan of the Year, as we had in our Slammies last week. Guys, go check out our Slammy Awards. It is live on the channel right now on youtube.com/NHBWR. It is an awesome show. I highly recommend you sit down and take your time watching it, or if you have to skip through, do whatever you do. But it's a great show, and that's where we announced our new Twitter Fan of the Year, Glorious Greg. Glorious Greg, we have to be, or if you want to, DM us or tweet us, doesn't matter what you do, or tell us here in the chat what your theme song will be, and we'll start it in 2018. So let us know what you want, and we'll play it before his tweet. So he gets a theme song played for his tweets. And guys, if you want to win the next one, I might as well start the plug early. If you want to win our 2018 Fan of the Year, all you have to do is participate us in the year of 2018 on Twitter, on YouTube, everywhere. As soon as you participate with us in the chat, anything like that, you are automatically entered in for the Twitter Fan of the Year, and then you'll get your theme song played before each one of your tweets into the show. We're not doing the tweets tonight since we're doing the show right after NXT. We usually do the show on Thursday nights to give you guys a little bit of time to organize your thoughts and questions about NXT, but unfortunately not for this show right now.
Yes, wonderful.
Yes, we also got Cupid Girl in the chat. She says the only thing that came out of Raw on Monday, Woken Matt Hardy finally debuted in person, and he debuted his new theme music at the live event yesterday in New York, which was a Beethoven song. I don't know if they're actually going to use that because it's already a legit song. I think they might have just bought the rights to use it over the live events. So I think if they debut that kind of piano song, I think that's what we're getting from CFO Dollar Signs, because I think CFO Dollar Sign, if I'm saying it right, or CFO, they're making Matt Hardy's theme right now. So.
They're gonna have Jeff Hardy with Fade Away and Class.
That'd be great.
Myself,
but Matt Hardy did tweet that Rebby Hardy will be featured playing the piano for one of his entrances. So I'm assuming that's probably going to be at WrestleMania.
God.
Yeah.
As long as Senor Benjamin and the whole gang is there.
Yeah, and of course, Glorious Greg has chosen Bobby Roode's theme, the obvious choice. So he'll be using.
Come on, Greg. I thought you were gonna pick Big Show for Kyle.
No, we will not be doing that all year.
Come on. What about okay? Here, you get to choose Big Show, Jinder, or James Ellsworth.
That's horrible. Those are we can't. No, we give him any choice. We don't subject our fans to choices.
Yeah,
here.
and he can choose those if he wanted to.
Yeah, but he's not going to.
Why? He knows what's best for business and what's best for ratings.
Those are not best for ratings. Everyone's gonna tune out of our show as soon as they hear it. That's the end of the show.
That'd be like your greatest faction of all time, right there.
Gross.
Anyways. Do we want to talk about what we just heard over Twitter a while ago that kind of concerned you?
If you guys don't know, recently at tonight's live event, Paige was involved with an Absolution versus Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Mickie James tag team match. And there was a spot in the match, if you guys know how Sasha Banks does her moves. When she sets up the person in the middle turnbuckle, she does that stomp or whatever. But now I'm hearing it was another spot, so I don't know what the clear out case is. But anyways, Paige was hurt. The referee signaled the X for a serious injury. And the match was actually officially stopped. And they actually brought out the stretcher, which she didn't get to go on, which is awesome. I'm glad she didn't get to go on a stretcher. She got up on her own will. But she was walked out. Paige was walked out of the arena with medical staff around her and the other women that were in that match headed towards the back, and the match was officially stopped. So a scary, scary moment tonight at a live event. So hoping Paige is well and she is not seriously hurt again.
Hopefully it was only precautionary.
I really hope that she's at least okay. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff does happen in live events, and even like real wrestling. We see what happened to Dean Ambrose, so it's scary. Let's hope. All we have to do is hope for the best and hope that Paige is okay. So, Cupid Girl says in the chat, I heard about that. I hope that she's okay. I'll be pissed if she gets injured again. Yeah, it sucked because she's just gone for a year and a half, and now she's getting hurt again. And she was pointing. A lot of people were saying it was her shoulder. I read some reports saying that it was her head, and it could be a concussion. Who knows? We have to wait and see. Only time will tell, and we'll see what Dirty Doctors come out and say, or if they release a statement coming up. But scary, scary moment tonight involving Paige, who just came back and is the leader of this Absolution Factor and the early favorites for the Royal Rumble. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, Gene Snitsky. God, I don't know if anyone's seen the picture of Gene Snitsky and him releasing pictures of himself right now, but wow. The guy's huge. Like, I thought it was Braun Strowman for a sec. But, like, there's so many veins in the guy's arm, that guy couldn't even come back. He'd fail the wellness policy test before even taking it. If there even is one. It wasn't his
fault, though.
Even if there is a wellness, but we don't even know if there is one, because clearly, I'm not even going to rant about it.
But it wouldn't be his fault, though.
No, it's not his fault. No. Lars versus Snitsky, that'd be funny. Yeah, speaking of Lars, let's talk about NXT tonight. Good show tonight. Again, no Christmas theme, thank God. I was hoping they weren't going to do anything Christmas related this week. I know it's. I mean, I was going to say it's the 27th now. Like, okay, can we stop with the Christmas shit? Like with me, I think me personally, I don't know about you guys out there, but as soon as the 26th, the morning of the 26th, Christmas is done for me. That's over. I'm done. It's over. Even this morning, if you're still celebrating Christmas on the 27th in the morning, why? Why? It's even the day after Boxing Day. Like the day after Boxing Day, usually the day where you're wrapping shit up and putting the tree, starting to take shit off the tree, starting to put some decorations away. Like I already started today, so I find it like I don't need to celebrate Christmas a week long. It's not a week long holiday, or else it'd be Christmas week, not Christmas Day.
Yeah, I mean it is so close to New Year's though, but
yeah,
you bring out the New Year's crap.
Yeah, there you go. I was actually in the dollar store today, and I saw a bunch of New Year's crap everywhere.
There you go. So
NXT today, we opened up with our boys, the Street Profits.
Super over, man. You keep seeing more cups and more Street Profit signs in the crowd each week. Even some old lady had one.
Yeah, I think I was going to say, that was probably the best part this week, was that old lady you point out in the crowd who had a cut-out Street Profits logo sign, and she was, like, giving it, and she had, like, the cut, spiked haircut, and I'm like, whoa! Someone hasn't let go of the past. But anyways, whatever. Like, there are a lot of cups, man. They're getting more over and over by the week. Like, it's incredible, man. I love it. They faced a bunch of local jobbers for whatever reason. I thought they were past that. Like, I thought they were doing this thing with... well, they weren't, because now it's... I'm mistaken. It's actually Heavy Machinery they're doing, the Tito and Riddick Moss thing, so... I don't know, I guess they're just back to making more names for themselves. Like, they need to be doing something now, man. Like, I feel like it's going to drag a little bit too long if they don't incorporate them in a tag team feud anytime soon. Like, I know that in 2 weeks we're getting the rematch for Sanity and Undisputed Era for the tag team titles, so...
Cupid Girl, Vanguard 1 and the Red Cup are going to be more over than Roman in 2018.
Okay. She's not lying, though. She's not wrong. But they cut a promo after they beat or basically squashed these randos I've never heard of before. And they went up into the crowd. I love when they go up into the crowd. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that when they come up to the main roster. But as for now, like the NXT crowd, it works, and they're so like it gets the crowd pumped up. The crowd loves it. The crowd loves interacting with the wrestlers. So it's a good way to get even more over than they already are. And they cut a promo, too, like a really half-serious promo, so we'll see what happens with them.
Yeah, they said 2018 is going to be the year that we dominate or something like that.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. Maybe that's what we're going to be waiting for. Maybe we're going to wait for 2018, and then we're going to start seeing more out of the Street Profits.
I want to see them in an actual match against somebody, because like an actual legit tag team.
Yeah. There are a lot of tag teams in there, and like, where the hell are some of the missing tag teams? Like,
where's Heavy Machinery and Riddick Moss and Tito Sabatelli?
One team I want to know where they are, because I'm pretty sure they're done from being injured, because it's been literally over a year now. Where the hell's TM61? Where the hell are they at?
Clue.
AOP cut a promo. They weren't even in NXT today. They cut a backstage promo.
Sanity wasn't there except for Killian Dane. I guess because Alexander Wolf still isn't cleared to wrestle, but.
Yeah. And I guess the main focus was the Fatal 4-Way. But still, I hope they do some more work with Street Profits going forward, and I hope their promo does come to fruition, and it gives us a look at what we're expecting from the Street Profits going into 2018. So, yeah, okay, so they had the names here on their YouTube page. The guys they face are Chris Starr with 2 R's and Riley Apex.
Riley Apex. The Apex Predator over here. Riley Apex.
Those are like the most generic names I've ever seen. Like, these guys are never going to be called them. Like, if they ever do something with these two in the future, they're never using those names.
Can you tell me the names again so I can write it down?
We have... Okay, so Chris, spelled K-R-I-S. Like, the most douchiest way to spell Chris. I think that's not what a girl... Isn't that how a girl spells Chris?
Some people.
And then Star with 2 R's. So that guy's name is Chris Starr.
Cupid Girl said one of the commentators said one of them was nicknamed JBL.
Yeah, God, so I had my TV turned on. I wonder which one was it.
And who was the other guy?
Riley Apex. God.
Oh, these guys are the new Sin Cara of NXT, man.
I guess.
Gotta go through these guys.
Yeah, I mean, look, now Street Profits are saying they're going to have a big year in 2018, so you got to go through freaking Chris Starr and Riley Apex.
The Apex Stars. Right
These guys
there.
are going to be the tag team at the end of the year. You got to face to have a good year the year after.
Yeah, tag team of the year coming for these guys.
Yeah, Chris Starr and Riley Apex. I can't wait for them. Those guys are future tag team champions.
Okay, let's move on before I die.
We had Ember Moon face Sonya Deville. So Sonya Deville still on NXT.
Why? I don't understand why she's still up there.
I'm thinking more about it, and I think it's not the same because Kevin Owens had a title, but do you remember when Kevin Owens was doing both?
Yeah.
So I think Sonya Deville is one of those people that are going to be doing both for a bit until they figure out. I'm hoping this is the last we see of her. I think this is going to be it. Because now you can't do anything with Sonya after this.
Alex Riley and Randy Orton's love child.
Riley Apex. Wow, that's great.
Oh,
it's Chris Starr, the love child of Stardust. Brandy Rhodes and Cody had a kid.
Is this gonna be the whole show talking about these two fucking snips?
They might be the thumbnail for the YouTube version.
Please do. I think these guys have become the star of the episode.
Pun
intended.
Oh God.
So what were we talking about? Sonya Deville and Ember
yeah, her. Fuck, forgot. Women's title match out of nowhere, and then it was all right. I mean, we kind of were like half paying attention to it because nothing really excited me. The best part came after the match, after Ember Moon retained. Obviously, she wasn't going to lose the title to Sonya Deville. Let's be real here. It's what happened after, because Kairi Sane came out, like she made her entrance onto the stage, and she did her little spiel with the little magnifying glass, looking at the title and pointing at Ember Moon, saying she's going to be the next challenger. And literally, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I really didn't see this coming because I didn't know when she was going to debut, but Shayna Baszler comes behind Kairi Sane and freaking chokeholds her and knocks and like literally puts her to sleep.
Yes,
I was like, holy crap. Oh, man.
Shayna, so what's it going to be? Shayna, Kairi Sane, and Ember Moon?
I don't know. Like, that was nuts. That literally caught me off guard, but it brings more interest to this women's division. Like, it's so sad. NXT can do so good with a women's division, and yet we get the failing ones on Raw and especially SmackDown.
God. This week we get the Riot Squad versus the returning Welcoming Committee.
Yeah, I turned SmackDown off as soon as I seen that. But yeah, the women's division for NXT is hot. Like we already have that, but then we're still missing Nikki Cross, Peyton Royce, like the iconic duo. Maybe some other people from the Mae Young Classic will appear. So we'll see. But I know Shayna Baszler is going to be more focused on NXT because I'm hearing that the 4 Horsewomen versus 4 Horsewomen match is actually scrapped now. So
thank God.
So Shayna is going to be a main focus of NXT, and I think she should. To be honest, I think Shayna should be the next NXT champion. She should have like a dominant year.
I think she should too. I think she should have like a dominant run like Asuka did. Asuka,
yeah. But that was nuts. I couldn't believe that.
That was a good way to end that segment for sure.
And keep the women's division on fire going into 2018. So. Besides that, we had a big look on how the NXT title picture came into fruition. It dated all the way back to when McIntyre won it to what it is now, and how Cien Almas won it with his big injury, and how this Fatal 4-Way came to about. And then they also announced that it doesn't look like we're going to have an NXT or a Lowdown show next week, guys, because apparently next week's NXT show is just going to be a year in review. So there's actually going to be nothing to review. We're not going to review a review show.
I think I had an idea for a show next week.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I'll say right on the air. I think we should do a who to watch out for in 2018 video.
Oh, so like a preview.
Yeah.
Oh, a 2018 preview. Okay, so they'll be doing a 2017 review. We're going to be a 2018 preview. You know what? We're going to get that in the works, guys. That's what's going to be the Lowdown Show. It's going to be a special edition Lowdown Show. You hear to hear first already on the air. Special edition Lowdown Show next week, guys. A 2018 preview of NXT. So I think we're going to do that. That sounds good.
I think we should do people to watch for and shit like that.
Yep. Maybe who potentially will sign with NXT.
Yeah.
So we'll get the list going.
Well, I mean, obviously, Chris Starr and Riley Apex are going to be.
I mean, they're going to have the biggest year in NXT. I mean, they're going to be NXT tag. They should be NXT tag team champions as soon as possible. I'm talking Takeover Philly. They should win the titles and they should go on a year-long run.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be featured next week. I tried to look these two guys up on Twitter. They don't even have fucking Twitter accounts yet. These two guys.
Because I tell you, they're generic fake names. I just gave it to them. It's probably the first time they've ever used these names.
I can't.
Yeah.
Just go on.
Anyways, we get another Fatal 4-Way match. Gargano, Aleister Black, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan. Very, very highly anticipated match to see who is going to be the number one contender for Cien Almas's NXT Championship going forward and facing him at NXT TakeOver Philly. This match was so good, so good. Oh my god, man. It was an epic Fatal 4-Way match, and just like Killian Dane and Lars Sullivan basically controlled the entire match, and then you had your inputs of Johnny Gargano and the ruthless kicks of Aleister Black. Like, the guy's kicks are literally deadly as shit. Like, it's insane. Yeah, Velveteen Dream is sure missed. I think he's still recuperating from his injury, whether it's storyline or not. But this Fatal 4-Way was nuts. The big giant table spot was probably the best thing of the match.
Yeah, because Lars Sullivan was trying to powerbomb Gargano through the announce table. Gargano was like holding on to the I don't even know what that was, like the stage.
Yeah,
I don't even know what the hell he's holding on to.
Oh, that thing that was holding on to the backdrop. Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden Killian Dane comes out of nowhere and just like splashes onto Lars Sullivan through that table.
Yeah. Like, it was such a big spot. The table literally exploded from all sides. Usually, a table collapsed like one way, and it usually kind of all fold. But like everything just went and shooting everywhere. Like this table exploded.
There was like 700 pounds of man there.
That was insane, man. I even posted a GIF on Twitter of I got a watermelon exploding. Like that was literally what I seen. Oh man!
All right,
but yeah,
girl, let's keep this PG. All right, Jesus.
But following that, there was just like crazy back and forth action between all four of these guys, and they would eventually get all back in the ring. And there was a spot where Killian Dane was it was it Killian Dane into the steps first? Who got Hurricane Rana into the other big guy? I'm trying to remember.
No, Lars Sullivan was like sitting there by the stairs.
Yeah, and then Gargano Hurricane Rana Killian Dane into Lars Sullivan, basically like making both of them incapacitated.
What about earlier in the match when Killian Dane did the suicide dive onto Lars Sullivan?
Oh yeah, that's the heaviest suicide dive I've ever seen.
Oh, mamma mia!
Mamma mia! Suicide!
I think we need to get a new sound clip of Moro just going, Mamma mia!
I'll make it happen. I'll make it done. I'll make it happen.
But yeah, that was crazy. And like I was telling you at the beginning, like how is this going to work with two giant dudes, a small dude, and a medium-sized dude?
Yeah, the big man and the medium-sized man. Scott Hall said back in WCW. But anyways,
they made it work though. It was a very good match.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. There wasn't a dull point in this match, and like I said before, like Aleister Black's kicks are just ruthless, man. Like, my God. But we probably had one of the craziest endings because I went with Gargano before this match. Cappy went with Black, and I was just going with the underdog pick. In my mind, I really didn't think that Gargano actually had a chance. Like, I actually, in my head, I'm going, yeah, Cappy's probably right. It's going to be Aleister Black. He's not taking an L, but holy shit! Did we get a big turn at the end of this with Johnny Gargano hitting that DDT and actually pinning Aleister Black.
Yeah,
and
we missed something huge in there that...
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
And then Undisputed Era come out, so Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and pull Aleister Black out of it, and he kind of attacks both of them, and then as he's going back in the ring, Adam Cole comes out, pulls him out, and attacks Aleister Black. So Adam Cole getting some payback for Aleister Black kicking him out of that Fatal 4-Way match and beating him in that tournament.
Yep, it does make sense. It's going to be Black and Adam Cole, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, man, that'll be a sick feud. But
and then out of nowhere, Gargano just did a suicide dive on Adam Cole.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. It's like, damn.
And so Gargano gets back in the ring, and I don't even know what you call what he did. It was just like
that DDT. Oh my God!
It was like a middle rope DDT,
and he wins.
Aleister Black's first loss
in NXT to Johnny Gargano, the upset of the year, literally.
The pop was crazy.
Oh my God! Yeah, they're literally chanting Johnny Wrestling for the entire end of the show, man. Like, wow, Johnny Wrestling, man. This story is going to be epic, man.
I mean, he's very deserving of it. I just couldn't believe that the other three guys in this match, that he was the one to win it.
And this is like going to what one of the podcasts we listen to is like idea of, they think that it's going to be Gargano winning the title, and then when Ciampa comes back, they're going to do that big story, and that's going to be the takeover on the WrestleMania weekend. It's going to be Ciampa versus Gargano for the title.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be nuts if they go that route. But wow, Gargano, man, that's epic.
Definitely.
That's insane.
It was just out of nowhere.
I wouldn't have thought Black's first loss would be there, but that was nuts. I thought maybe it would have been like on a Killian Dane or Lars Sullivan who got knocked out by someone and they really couldn't defend themselves from the pin.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was insane. Cuba Girl says, Michael Chow said that Aleister was still undefeated since this wasn't a singles match. Doesn't it still count as a loss, though?
Yeah, he's still been pinned.
He's been pinned, right?
Yes. Michael Chow, what are you talking about, man?
I have to look in the rule books for this. I'll have to go through and do my research after this. But either way, man, I wouldn't have thought Black was going to be the one to take the pin here, and Gargano coming out with the win. That was nuts.
Yeah. And like I was saying, I think that it's going to lead to something for Lars and Killian Dane. I thought for sure those two weren't winning.
The Black and Adam Cole to have a match one-on-one? Take my freaking money, man. Oh, my God. That's going to be an epic TakeOver Philly match if they're going in that direction.
Yeah, well, they already had a great match to open the show at the TakeOver Brooklyn 3, so.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. If they're going to put on oh, God. This NXT TakeOver is going to be so good. I cannot wait.
And now we're going to get Aleister Black and Adam Cole.
Wow. NXT TakeOver Philly is gonna be amazing.
Royal Rumble, man. It's already gonna lose before it even starts.
It's already gonna lose before it started. Again, shocker.
Yep.
Oh man. Well, good episode of NXT tonight. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was and they definitely didn't take a break for the holiday edition like fucking Raw did.
Thank God, man. I'm happy NXT doesn't go in these routes where they have to take these Christmas stupid breaks and have Christmas themed garbage matches that no one gives a flying fuck about.
And the little snowmen on the corners of the
that was actually pretty funny, and they get crushed by the Happy Holidays sign. I was actually entertained by that. Not gonna lie.
The most entertaining part of Raw.
Literally, it was a little snowman getting crushed, nothing else. But, yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, one thing we can say next week, that's going to be a great show. That's actually a really good idea. A preview for 2018. I'm really excited for that now. I'm going to do some work for that. I'm going to get some notes ready for that.
Get some, what do you call it? Some still images for YouTube.
Oh, yeah, and I'll get some, I got some promo posters ready for that. I'll get them done. Probably take me like 5 minutes.
Yep.
Anyways,
so great way to end NXT in 2017 for sure. Got Johnny Gargano coming out on top.
Do we want to do a list of 10?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So that's part of the show, guys, where we have the list of 10.
10.
You know what? You know what happens? You know what's gonna happen? You just made the list.
That's right. Welcome to the list of 10. That part of the show where myself and Corporate Cappy have a moment or superstar of the week that gets a perfect 10 rating or a rating that makes the list. And as always, we will start off with Corporate Cappy.
Since it's the holiday season, I think we should give them 2 each.
Oh, 2 each?
End of the
Okay.
year.
Okay, 2 each. We'll give 2 each.
I've got a lot of shit that I want to talk about here. I've got a lot of garbage. And I know you definitely have something that you want to rant about from SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, trust me, I do.
Oh, my God. I don't even know where to start, man. Okay, I'll give my first 10 moment to Chris Starr and Riley 8. No, I'm kidding.
No way. Oh, I thought you were serious. Oh.
No, not. These guys make the perma list of jobbers, man.
I thought for sure they were getting one. Oh, poor guys, man. I tweet at them, but they don't have a Twitter account.
Oh my God. I'm so like I can't even like think my thoughts right now.
Oh God.
Because I want to talk about that one on SmackDown, but I know that's what you want to talk about, so I'm not going to go there.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to give a 10 moment to. You got to give something on NXT. I'm going to give it to Shayna Baszler's debut. I thought it was really good. I thought that Shayna Baszler made a definite impact by coming out and just shocking everybody, attacking Kairi Sane. I really think there's going to be big things in store for Shayna Baszler in the future. And I think she's going to be a definite dominant NXT Women's Champion when she does win it from Ember Moon, because I think it's only a matter of time. I think Shayna Baszler is going to take it and run with it. And I really think she's going to bring a lot of prestige to that title. And, as a badass, actual fighter, I think she can go in the ring. We've seen that in the Mae Young Classic. So Shayna Baszler, man, is the Queen of Spades. She's just like in Crazy Eights. The Queen of Spades is the dominant card. She's going to be the dominant woman. It's going to be on SmackDown. So Shayna Baszler this week for choking out Kairi Sane gets my perfect
10.
That's right. The perfect 10. Okay, my first moment of the week. I'll start out with a 10 moment. I'll wait. I get prepared for this, but
I have to go back to like the Raw highlights videos so I can refresh my memory of the garbage.
Well, my first perfect 10 moment is going to Johnny Gargano for winning that Fatal 4-Way match tonight. Holy crap, man. That was literally unexpected. Again, I went with Johnny Gargano in the beginning, but I really didn't think he was actually going to win. I just went with the dark horse pick. I really thought Cappy's pick was actually going to come to fruition and Aleister Black was going to be the one to move on. It made sense. It looked like it was going to be a really good match at NXT TakeOver Philly, but they went in the direction of Gargano in this whole underdog story, and the crowd really got behind it. I can get behind it. It's going to be a really epic story. We've seen what they can do in the ring with each other. We've seen their previous matches. We know it's going to be a really good match, and they're probably going to go all out at their match at NXT TakeOver Philly. So congratulations, Johnny Gargano, for becoming the #1 contender for the NXT Championship, and a shot at becoming NXT Champion is his lifelong dream. So for Johnny Gargano winning the Fatal 4-Way match and potentially being NXT Champion in 2018, he gets a perfect
10.
That's right.
The Johnny Wrestling 10. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna finish off with a huge like fireworks bang with my list moment. So I'm gonna give another 10 moment here.
Okay.
To Rusev Day.
Yeah,
And not
Rusev Day.
Okay, hear me out. I think the Rusev Day thing is so stupid, but I am so happy that Rusev is finally getting noticed and finally getting respect that he deserves, because the guy is a hard worker. He is good at what he does. He's a good wrestler. He's a believable guy. I like Rusev a lot, and I'm finally glad that people are starting to get behind this guy. Do I like the Rusev Day gimmick? No. Yeah, it's kind of stupid, but anything to get
it's Rusev Day though. Today's actually
anything
Rusev
to
Day.
give Rusev over is great in my mind. Like, look at the crowd this week, man. Like, how did they not win that match? I just want to say, how did they not win that triple threat tag match?
Especially with a double accolade.
Yeah, I'm happy that it wasn't New Day, and Gable and Benjamin should have a pretty good match with the Uso, especially they want to push them as heels, it looks like. But yeah. Rusev Day, I think they're going to get their shot eventually, but I don't know if this is just a fad or if it's going to, fizzle out, or if it was just the Chicago crowd being goons, which they're known to be goons. But either way, I was so happy for Rusev this week, actually, like, getting a big pop, and everybody, like, literally, everybody was cheering Rusev Day in the crowd this week. I think he got the biggest pop the whole night. It included AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, maybe even. I don't know if I'd go that far, but definitely Rusev Day is going to get my perfect
10.
That's right. He gets the perfect 10.
And remember, tomorrow you can celebrate Rusev Day, so keep your stockings out.
Yep. Keep your Rusev Day stockings out. You can put the Christmas ones away. Just keep the Rusev Day ones out. Thank you. My first list moment of the week. And I'll just get it out of the way, because I got to really think about the next one. But my first bliss moment of the week is going to, yes, it's not going to Ty Dillinger, but what he had to go through this week on SmackDown Live.
It was a perfect hole in your stocking, wasn't it?
Oh, it was the perfect hole in my stocking this week. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring you back. So I'm watching SmackDown Live. I'm going, you know what? This could be an interesting episode of SmackDown. We have the announced AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of SmackDown, I get a glimmer of hope. I get a second Christmas gift. I'm like, oh my God, Santa has come back to my house, brought his fat ass down that chimney, and decided to give me one more gift. We had Ty Dillinger coming up next. I'm like, oh! But then
on TV.
But then I'm like, this can't be right. Santa Claus doesn't visit your house twice in one night, or twice in the same week. He turns around and it's the fucking Grinch. Because who he has to face this week on SmackDown? The modern day Cringe Raja in a U.S. title tournament match to see who moves on. And
yep.
Boy, do you think that I thought he was going to win? No. I get a lump of coal shit put into my stocking.
Squash.
And squash. Ty Dillinger loses to Jinder Mahal in the worst match I've ever seen. Like, Jinder is just terrible. For one, he's a terrible worker because clearly he doesn't know how to fight. He doesn't know how to cycle his steroids properly because I don't know what the hell's going on with his nipples, man. I don't know what the hell's going on there. He's got more pimples on his back than I've seen on a teenage kid in high school. It's crazy, man. And in the way he's not a safe worker. Ty Dillinger gets popped in the mouth in the first couple seconds of the match. And he's like checking himself if he's bleeding. So Dillinger gives him another shot back, and then Jinder's actually being like, yeah, that's what you fucking get. Anyways, Dillinger losing the worst way possible. Just the first time we're seeing Dillinger on TV in a month and a half. And he loses to Jinder this way, and we're probably not going to see him for another couple months. Thank you. Thanks, WWE. Thank you, Vince, for giving me that lump of coal shit in my stocking. And for that, this moment in general.
You know what? You just made the list.
That's right.
No, like, literally couldn't have a worse match.
Exactly, Cupid Girl. This is why we can't have nice things.
To Jinder.
This
And
is why we
Jinder,
can't
man.
have nice
Hey, the one bright spot out of this is Jinder's out of the world title picture.
Sure. I'm just too pissed about what happened this week to even care right now. I would care normally, but I can't believe that happened. Like, I can't.
Okay. Well, to finish off, I'm gonna have.
Oh God.
Hopefully, your moment isn't from Raw because I'm about to take them all right now. I'm gonna give you the 12 days of list moments from Monday Night Raw this week. One. Where do we start here? One, Hideo Itami now not having to use the GTS because of a freak accident from Brian Kendrick.
Yep.
Because now he's got to use Neville's old finisher.
Yeah, freak accidents do happen, WWE. You know what? You gonna ban Jinder from using strikes because he gave Finn Balor a concussion? No, shit happens. Grow up.
We had that cringe dude from the Milwaukee Bucks try to pick a superstar name. I'm not even gonna go there with that guy. That's on it. So that's 2. 3, Heath Slater versus Kane. No explanation needed there. 4, Finn Balor versus Kurt Hawkins. No explanation needed. 5, whatever the fuck that stupid tag team cruiserweight match was. What was it?
Oh, the Miracle on 34th Street fight.
There you go. That counts as 5, 6, and 7. 8. Nia Jax and Enzo almost getting under the mistletoe. There's 9. 10, Braun Strowman versus The Miz Taraj. because we know that's needed.
It was a
11.
Secret
Jason
Santa
Jordan,
match. It was a
Jason fucking Jordan teaming with Seth Rollins to become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. 11 and 12. Jason Jordan now being pushed again as a top babyface.
Yeah.
There's your 12 days of list moments from Monday Night Raw this week, courtesy of Corporate Cappy. Done.
Oh, by the way, the Braun Strowman and Miz Target match was labeled as a Secret Santa match.
Just play the damn sound clip for me,
what?
please.
You just made the list.
There you go.
Unbelievable. One of the worst. That might be the worst Raw of 2017. And I'm so glad I didn't watch it. Because if I would have taken time away from my family, away from Christmas night, to watch that hot garbage, I would have been so disappointed in myself. But I'm glad I stayed away. For you that watched it, I'm sorry you got the lump of coal in your stocking that night.
Hey, the same lump of coal that I received this week.
Oh.
Now, my second one I had to think about, and I couldn't really think of anything, and it was the only thing I could pick out that kind of like makes sense, because I don't know what the hell they're doing with this team. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's what they're doing right now is like the most cringe thing ever, because they're not a babyface team, but then they're acting heel, and it's just like, it's not them, because that's not who the team I remember them as. And my last list moment is unusual, but it's going to the Ascension. And what they're doing with this Brazongo crap. Like, purposely making sure that they get rematch after rematch against the Bludgeon Brothers, and then they're getting their asses whooped by the Bludgeon Brothers. And like this week, they're like, oh, we went and got you a second Christmas gift. We got you another rematch next week against the Bludgeon Brothers. And they're acting like, these guys are our best friends. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is not the Ascension. They're dressed like savage, chaos, gothic warriors. And they're acting like cringy best friend bullshit nonsense. Like, I'm like, this is not the Ascension.
This is what... I mean, we're starting to get a personality out of them, but...
But this is not them. Don't dress like the Ascension if you're going to act like that. You got fucking Connor over there with his eyes are like a different shade of white, and then you got the other guy with half his head painted, and they got the fucking Illuminati logos everywhere. Like, what the... I can't take them seriously. It's just they should be what the Bludgeon Brothers are doing, just whooping ass, taking names, not saying a goddamn word, and just coming out week after week dominating people. But no, they're giving that direction to them, to the Bludgeon Brothers, which makes sense. But they're not giving it to the Ascension. Like, it's cringe. Whatever. I hated it. It made me feel like shit for some reason. It made me sour. So for the Ascension in that stupid backstage thing with Brazongo,
You know what? You just made the list.
sorry, it just makes the list. It made me sour as shit this week. Yeah, welcome to Wasteland.
Wasted Land.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the my rendition of the 12 days of list moments from
You
Monday
need to be
Night Raw.
wasted to enjoy that fucking part of SmackDown.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, at least SmackDown had watchable parts.
It did. It was more organized. Like I said, it was way more organized than Raw. Raw was just fucking all over the place. Tornado, man.
Oh
Tornado
my God.
garbage fire.
And we totally forgot tornado garbage. It was like a blizzard went through Monday Night Raw.
Literally.
Oh yeah, honorable mention, because we had so many list moments this week that we couldn't even name them all. The fucking welcoming committee making their return against the Riot Squad.
I have no comment to this.
That's
because
what is that actually going to be like the main feud on SmackDown women roster right now?
the SmackDown Women's Division is the worst thing I've ever seen.
I feel so bad for Charlotte, man. She needs to get the fuck off that show.
Literally. She needs to get away, run away, just leave. Get purposely injured, get injured like Becky Lynch, and just run away. Because I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that division. It is absolutely trash. There's no excuse for that laziness. It's god awful. Half the people can't even wrestle.
The Riot Squad doesn't entertain me. The welcoming committee is literally one of the cringiest moments of the year, pun intended, for a show. You can go back and listen to our Slammy show on No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast on YouTube.
Yep.
But who am I supposed to? Goes to a SmackDown event and says, you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing the welcoming committee against the Riot Squad.
Isn't that two heels?
That's what I mean. Like, who is going to get cheered?
And Cupid Girl says it right. SmackDown has too many heels, and they only have two faces in the women's division, and one of them's hurt.
They have Naomi, Charlotte, and
three.
Becky.
Yeah.
That's it. And 6 heels, 7 if you
Cringe.
count Lana.
Absolutely cringe.
Awful. Make SmackDown Live's women's division great again. That's all I got to say.
We'll see what happens. Maybe 2018 will turn over a new leaf. Maybe not.
So there you go. We'll end 2017 list moments with a bang right there.
Bang. So no tweets, but that's going to end the show, guys. Thank you for tuning in, as always. Next week, remember, we're having our 2018 NXT preview edition of the Lowdown Show, so a special edition of the Lowdown Show. You do not want to miss that. Other than that, next month, big month for the podcast. You can see we're already getting refresh mode. We got the new logos up. I hope you guys enjoy those new logos. It's going to be a big year for the podcast in 2018. Going to WrestleMania, like we said. We're going to do some vlogs when we're up there and some special podcasts and some special stuff while we're up there. We got the 2K tournaments getting a whole different revamp. If you guys don't know, go over to the YouTube channel and check out basically the idea what I have for the 2K tournaments going forward. I'm sticking to that, so big things coming to that. Other than that, Headlines is sure to make its return sometime. I'm probably going to wait till 2018 for that. But other than that, guys, thank you for tuning in to our podcast as always, and spread the word out there. Get the word out there. Share the podcast. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Do all that jazz. But thank you for your continued support of this podcast as always. And 2017 was a great year, and 2018 was sure to be another, if I can put it this way, a glorious year for the podcast. But that is going to wrap it up for episode number 83. We're closing in on 100 of the Lowdown Show right here on No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. Your Canadian wrestling podcast that talks about the WWE and NXT and No Holds Barred on anything we say. Pun intended. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at No Holds Barred WP. You can follow myself at Real Kyle Masters, and you can follow my co-host at Corporate Cappy. You can also follow the podcast on Instagram at No Holds Barred WP, all one word. You can also listen to us on the go on Spreaker. Spreaker is a fantastic podcast app. You can chat with us on the air, and you can make your own account. It is available for all Android and Apple devices. Make sure you go download it and give us a follow. If you want to listen to us on the go as well on Stitcher, Radio, and iTunes, you can follow us on there. If you want to watch any videos of the podcast, youtube.com/NHBWR is where you can find us, and hit that subscribe button, that bell icon for all upload updates. I'm your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, and I'm always joined by my co-host on the show. He is the blissful boss, Mr. Corporate himself, Corporate Cappy.
Have a safe New Year's Eve. You better watch it.
Yeah, have a safe New Year's Eve. Have a glorious Rusev Day tomorrow, as you did today. And we're always reminding you to keep it on the lowdown.
Gonna kick this soul